Welcome back to my channel. Today's look is a dramatic eyeshadow look. In the background is a motivational video by Sarah Jakes. I hope you enjoy.
That we live in penthouses with mansions. Instead of desiring to have Bentleys and Mercedes, that maybe our ultimate goal as women should be to live in the wilderness. I am going to challenge you to find your own wilderness. A wilderness is an uncultivated, uninhabited, and inhospitable region. Most of us would want to be in a hospitable environment where everyone likes us and we don't have any issues and any struggles. But what I'm telling you is that you are at your best when you are at the wilderness where God has created a place for you to thrive. It's corporate America. It's marriage when you've never seen it displayed for you before. It's entrepreneurship. It's an uncultivated, uninhabited. No one else has done it the way that you're going to do it, and that's why it's a wilderness. No one in the room looks like me, and that's how I know I'm in the wilderness. No one in my family thinks like me, but that's how I know I'm in the wilderness. Because before Jesus defeated Satan on the cross, he defeated him first in the wilderness. And because he defeated him in the wilderness, the enemy already knew that when he got on the cross, all bets were off. Who you become in the wilderness determines how effective the enemy will be able to be in your life. Who you are in the wilderness determines whether or not depression is going to have to loose its hold. I know how to thrive in the wilderness. I'm in the wilderness. I'm in the wilderness. It's inhospitable. I can't make any friends. I can't keep any friends. I'm starting this business and I'm in the wilderness. I'm in the wilderness. God, you brought me to this wilderness. How could it be that you would choose someone like me to do something like this unless it was a wilderness? I think when you gave me the book idea that it was a wilderness, and I just want you to know that you might be listening to Sarah Jakes Roberts, but what you're really looking at is a wild woman. And I came here to have a meeting with other wild women. There are women in this room who have been failed by other women, which makes it hard to even be in environments like this and to be vulnerable and to open up, because at the end of the day, I'm a little bit afraid that you're going to disappoint me like some of the other women who came before you. And the distrust that exists oftentimes between us as women, just because another woman hurt you doesn't mean that another woman can't love you. When you decide that at the end of the day, I got to crush this thing, I have to crush the head of the enemy, because my mother couldn't do it and I don't want my daughter to fight it, because my grandmother struggled with it and no one else, not another molestation, not another rape, not another abortion, not another broken heart, not another divorce. I had to go through it so that the people coming behind me don't have to go through it. I gotta push this thing out until hell gets nervous. I gotta start the business. I gotta create the book. I gotta let go of this depression. I gotta learn to forgive. And I'm in pain, which means the time is coming. I wanna create it, but I don't know if anyone will support it. I wanna forgive, but I don't wanna be taken advantage of. I wanna love again, but I don't wanna be a fool again. I wanna push, but who's gonna catch what I push out? And I hear God saying that if you push, he'll pull. Just like God did it for the woman. I'm telling you, if you vow with me to push, that God's gonna pull. There are people who are going to know how to represent you well in this season. There are people who are going to go ahead of you, and when they talk about you, they're not going to give a list of your mistakes and a list of the things that you did wrong. God is sending, this is a word for somebody, and I'm going to get back to the text. God is sending people into your life who see you properly. God is sending people into your life who see you properly. They understand the odds that were stacked against you, yet they see how you were loyal through it all, how you still tried to maintain a good heart through it all. He's sending people who see you properly. Oh, you don't know so-and-so. Oh, no, she's a woman of God. Oh, no, you can trust her with opportunity. He's sending people who see you properly and who can represent you properly. Who can represent you properly, who aren't going to let people talk about you in a way that is negative. Oh no, you're going to have to stop talking about them, because that's not the version of them that I know. You may have known them from back then, but let me tell you about the person I know now. People who see you properly. And I dare you to hold a memorial service for the people who refuse. For the people who refuse to see what God has done in your life. If you cannot see how he has changed me, how he has transformed me and molded me, I'm not the same person you used to know, then you are going to have to watch me walk out of your life, because I will not be held to your memory while God is trying to show me my destiny. I will not be held to your memory while God is trying to show me my destiny. I can't appease both of us, so one of us are going to have to go, and I choose him over you. Him over you. You got to see me properly. The worst thing that can happen is for God to clear your vision, because when you start to see yourself properly, you're not going to start giving yourself away to anybody who said you have pretty eyes and that you're smart. Anybody could have pretty eyes and smart. Do you see what God has done in my life? Do you see how he has protected me and preserved me? Do you see my crown? Do you see my crown? I'm a part of a royal priesthood. You can't just treat me any kind of way. You can't talk to me any kind of way. God said the only thing keeping those people from being in your life is you don't see your own crown. But if you would start looking in the mirror and squaring your shoulders, like, yeah, I went through that, but I came out on the other side. I got survivor skin. These aren't scars. These are memories to who I used to be and how I came out on the other side. I dare you to start seeing yourself properly, so you can attract the right kind of people who can protect you when the world starts rising up against you. And you don't need no whole army of them, so you can stop trying to campaign for friendships. All you need is a strong 3. All you need is a strong 1 down on the inside of you. And it won't matter what anybody else says about you, because when you know who you are and you know whose you are, it doesn't matter what anyone else says. He raised up a standard. And I'm not better than anyone. I just don't have to accept anything. I'm not better than anyone. I just don't have to settle. I just don't have to put myself on clearance so that you can still access Nene from who I used to be. No, I don't have to do that anymore. I love you and she's still down in me, but I have grown. And if you cannot accept my growth, then there's not even room for me. If I have to shrink to stay connected to you, then you need to grow up, or we need to let this thing go. Oh, that was too personal. But I just thought that somebody needed to know that when you grow, you got to have people who know how to grow too, because otherwise it's going to sever the relationship. I wish I had some growing kind of people in my life. God, I want some people who know how to grow. I need some people who know how to take lemons and turn them into lemonade. I need some started from the bottom, now we here kind of people who know how to hustle, who know how to work for it, who don't mind changing and saying, I'm sorry. I need some humble people in my life. I need some people who aren't interested in arrogance or what's in your bank account, but what's down in your soul is more important.